Please stand by for the conference.
Well, nearly 20 minutes late.
Good afternoon, and thank you for standing by.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for your patience today. We are pleased to be joined on the call today by former Florida Senator Bob Graham and current Pennsylvania Senator Bob Casey to talk about the story in the Wall Street Journal today that ran down Senator McCain's proposal to slash funding for Medicare and Medicaid by $1.3 trillion over the next 10 years in order to pay for his radical proposal to overhaul our health care system. Operator, we'll take the next question.
Thank you. Edward Head, your line is open. Please state your media outlet.
Hi, Ed Head from Farmers 11 in New York. Okay, the cost of healthcare is skyrocketing. The CBO has predicted if current trends continue, healthcare is going to account for well over 31% of GDP by 2035, and Medicare will be over 9% of GDP by 2035. This current trend is not sustainable. How do you propose to rein in healthcare and Medicare costs?
Well, I think
go ahead, Bob.
I was just going to say, I think if you look at Senator Obama's plans for health care generally.
You know, I think it's unrealistic to expect someone running for president to go out and say, if you elect me, I'm going to inflict pain upon you. I mean, that's not a way to get elected.
Do you think the war should be moved on budget?
Sure, but it ultimately gets added to the debt, and once it gets added to the debt, you pay interest on that the rest of your life.
Come on, guys, let's get real. And, you know, we're at the level where you got to be real. I mean, we don't have the time to sit around and ideologically yell at each other across political lines. We got to fill potholes, we got to catch criminals, we got to put out fires. There is no Democrat or Republican way to run a city. You just run it efficiently, you run it in a business-like manner, and we're the bottom of the food chain. The feds cut the states cut the cities, and we're sitting there with nobody to cut other than services to real people. So we hear it, and we feel it each and every day.
And now we're working ourselves out of some very, very serious problems. And we will work our way out of them, but it's going to take a while.
And be painful.
And be very painful.
We're struggling to live in a worn-out house and milk in a worn-out milk barn. My house, my worn-out double-wide, and my worn-out milk barn need extreme home makeover to come out here and like fix this all up again, because that would really, really help us out. Send that to Ty.
Surely, for a few months after this election, Democrats and Republicans who have the same basic beliefs as far as fiscal responsibility can find a way to compromise and to get our country back heading in the right direction again. And I believe we can.
Well, do I want to hear him? I want to hear him talk about issues and what can be done for the good of this nation to quit bickering. That bickering gets nowhere. Gets nowhere.
One of the reasons I'm talking to you as a former member is Mr. Karl Rove and Mr. Tom DeLay decided they had enough of people like me in Texas, and they redrew my lines, and they got me. Politics is a contact sport. I give them credit. They were very good at the political side. But what kind of country have they left us? You can't find very much, if anything, that was ever done for the betterment of America that was ever partisan.
Our next question or comment comes from Edward Head. Your line is open, and please state your media affiliation.
You're not going to solve our long-term problems without making adjustments in health care. Health care costs are going up at more than the rate of inflation.
Hi, Edward Head from Farmers 11. The current debt of the United States is the best part of $10 trillion. Where is all this money going to come from to fund this?
Senator Obama's health care plan is fully paid for. The plan is $50 to $55 billion a year. He has outlined how exactly he will pay for that. And so he's ensuring that he will let the Bush income tax cuts for people making over $250,000 lapse. So this plan is, again, fully paid for.
Every time projections are made by political candidates of what their medical proposals will cost, they always underestimate. So there will be a very big deficit in 2009, and the more of these programs that are enacted, it will spill into 2010.
With regards to the $10 trillion debt, with the Obama plan, debt will go up.
Yes.
Always remember, presidents propose, Congress disposes. Dealing with our entitlements, dealing with the fact that we have promised far more to the American people than our economic system can deliver and pay for is going to be a painful but necessary challenge. And it doesn't have to be as painful as some would want to make it, but it's going to be painful. I don't mean to minimize that, because it's painful for a family to have their home foreclosed on. It's painful for someone to have their car foreclosed on. It's painful for so many families in America that cannot feed their families today, with the cost of food having arisen now, and incomes, jobs being lost. That's painful. We make a mistake when we separate that pain of real people from the pain that our country is going to have to inflict on all of us in order that we might have some good times again. We're going to find some solutions. Best way to start is with tax reform. But when the problems are solved, we can't go back to the ridiculous philosophy that we've followed for the last 7.5 years, that there's no limit on what America can borrow, either personally or as a country.
And an orange juice, please, for me.
Could I have one of those as well, please?
Pardon me?
Could I have an orange juice as well?
Sorry, I'm going to put, you don't mind if I put you on, do you? If you're so pretty. I'm not going to break the camera.
Can I have buckwheat cake and sausage?
You sure can.
He said it 3 times. You don't bring him 3 plates.
Well, I like them. I think they're very delicious. Just because you prefer to have chips, barbecue chips. I cut really weird. My mother should have taught me better.